Part two of how to read Bitcoin like a book. In the first part, we covered the 5 wave sequence and something called an external retracement. Today, we are going to add in another key Fibonacci ratio, which makes it a very high probability to identify the end of a 5 wave trend, whether it's on a macro degree or on a micro degree. And today, we're really going to look at the immediate, what's happening with Bitcoin, how you can start being 2 steps ahead of the market. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jiggy. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, where I only used to focus on currencies, but now exclusive on cryptocurrency. So let's dive straight in. So this is what we covered in the first part, where we said, look, Bitcoin is doing a nice clean 1, 2, 3, what looks like a wave 4, and it looks like it's going to be forming a wave 5. The date up here is the 29th of March, 2022. And we did this external retracement where we measured this wave 4 and we got this key ratio, 1.272 and 1.618. And we did this over here. It's a really, really powerful ratio. But now we're going to add to it something also very, very powerful. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure the wave 1 to wave 3. So it's really there's big movement to the downside, and project it from what is a potential wave 4. It's not confirmed yet, but it's looking likely. And we're going to get a really high probability zone of these key ratios. So we're going to use in TradingView, it's a software that we're using here. It's called trend-based fib extension. We're going to click on this, and it requires 3 clicks. We're going to click up here, end of wave 3, and again it's best practice to wait for the confirmation signal, but we haven't got that yet. But for the purpose of today, we're really going to just focus on how to really get these ratios working for us so we can be 2 steps ahead of the market. So the 3 key ratios with this relationship, because you've got to remember, markets moves in 5s and 3s, and it's based on crowd psychology, the psychological mood of the mass participants who are speculating, betting on the price, and the psychology shows, and the market is pretty much accurate, and it will tell us what's likely to occur next based on the human emotion of fear and greed. So the 3 ratios is 38, 62, and 100%. Now straight away we can see on the left hand side, if I just pull this up over here like so, you can see the 62% is down here, but the 38% is right within the other range of the 1.272. So this is actually now the high probability zone. This will keep here, but the 100% is all the way down here. So we're going to get rid of the 100%, which is this one here for now. It might become relevant if the market does go further down, but it's less likely. And ideally, you always want to just go with the probabilities. So now what we have is a very high probability end of wave 5 price zone with pattern in place, which says like this, bump, bump. So what we want to be aware of, hyper aware of, is if, and it is an if, the market does what we anticipate it to do and goes into this range, and if the momentum takes 3 to 5 days to go there on the next bullish reversal where the blue line goes over the red, it may coincide with the low, and this may be the end of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want to be really aware of this, because what comes after a 5-wave sequence, well, typically is a movement to the upside. A movement to the upside. I'm going to get rid of these lines as well. We don't need these right now. A movement to the upside. Again, we won't cover that right now, but this allows you to be 2 steps ahead of the market to see what's likely to occur, because this movement to the upside, going from potentially $38,000 Bitcoin, give or take, to potentially around 45,000. That will have an impact on the entire feeling of optimism in the market, and we want to be prepared, but also what we anticipate to happen after that as well. So hopefully you found that helpful. So what we did today, part 2 of how to read Bitcoin like a book, is a 1, 2, 3, 4, what looks like a 5. We got an external retracement and something called, in TradingView, they call it trend-based fib extensions. It's basically measuring waves and then projecting them forward with particular key ratios that have relationships to other waves, and that gives us a very high probability zone. And actually, let's just keep it narrow, because this is the real high probability zone. The other ratios only really become more useful if the price continues further down. So there you have it. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you want to learn how to do this. Like, this is so powerful. Like, I learned this for the forex markets, currency markets, the pound against the dollar, the Canadian dollar against the Australian dollar. There's these patterns that unfold. I did it for over 10 years and it just worked so well. But it works even better with cryptocurrency because the emotions are so much more on the surface. So we see the price patterns just reflecting beautiful chart patterns again and again. Take my free Elliott Wave Fibonacci Masterclass, and you'll have the opportunity. It's the option, but not the requirement, to buy my course. And the course is the Elliott Wave Fibonacci, and I cover everything in a lot of depth, all the ratios, all the key relationships that you need to know about, and you'll find it incredibly useful. It's very powerful because it will separate you from the crowd, and your job is to become the casino where you have the edge in your favor and a higher probability of winning this game when you are speculating on the price. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let's finish on a quote. Let's go with chapter 8. I like this one. It's Henry Ford. It says, it has been my observation that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. As you know, crypto's here to stay. It's beyond reasonable doubt. The technology is now getting ready for mass adoption over the coming decade. So being able to read the utility price, the price action, because different tokens have different utility, it gives you an edge in the market to really increase the probability of you increasing your financial health to do what you want in this great thing called life. So I will see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and hopefully I'll see you in one of my live workshops. See you soon.